Alright guys, what is up today? We are back. Hopefully my channel still exists after that little grand video. I might have, I said some dicey things in there. Anyhow, so what I have here for you today are two AK74 magazine followers that allow you to use 5.56 in your AK74 magazines. Now here I have PSA AK101. As many of you have seen in the videos, I use these 74 magazines because I like the way they look. They look nicer, they look better, they look very clean, very sexy. So that's why I use them. Now, what do we have here? Well, we have two of the three available AK74 magazine followers that convert them to 5.56. We have the Dungus Leatherworks. As far as I'm aware, he no longer makes these. We have the piece of shit, overpriced Pod Arms followers. $16 for a piece of fucking plastic. I mean, what a fucking scam. Okay, and then we have the free version, basically the same as the Dungus one. Okay, basically the exact same version as the Dungus one. There's some minor differences, some height differences and some geometry differences, but they work the exact same. They're the exact same kind of feeding mechanisms, the exact same, basically every way, except there's not that little open top bit, but they both have the little hanger on the bottom that you can stick your spring through. So this one's free. This one costs $8. He doesn't make them anymore, as I'm aware. Then you have the Pod Arms, piece of shit, overpriced, $16 of piece of plastic that breaks half the time. So, those are your options. Now, I'm going to tell you guys about this. So, right now, one of these mags, I think it is, this one is a this one is a Dungus Leatherworks, so the orange commercial ones you can buy from the guy on Etsy. I don't think he makes them anymore. We have the Sully conversion, which has this little Canadian American flag leaf thing on the side, as you'll see. This one's free. You can download this. I'm going to show you guys how. I'm going to show you how to set it up, how to put it on your 3D printer, and all that. Okay? So, this one costs maybe $2 to make. Okay? It is going to be cheaper. Now, since he no longer makes these, your options are either A, buy the Pod Arms ones that are overpriced, they're kind of a scam, or you download the free file. You make them yourself for $2 if you have a 3D printer. Now, I want you guys to do some math real quick. A 3D printer costs like $100. If you want, it will be cheaper for you to buy a 3D printer, buy the filament, the PLA Plus. This is what I'm using for these. I think that's what he uses for these as well. It's the same one. His is just orange, mine are black. His print's a little nicer. Mine's rough, but still works. Right? It'll be cheaper for you to buy a 3D printer, the PLA filament, plug it into your wall, and make these, than to buy 4 Pod Arms followers. Okay? So I want you all to consider that real quick. If you want to make these cheap, you want to be able to make them anytime you want. They take about 3 hours to make. Each one takes about 3 hours to make. I've made like 6 of them in the past couple days. So, do they work? Well, this one works. This one works. Let's test it out, guys. Does it work? Does it work? So here we have, this one is a Pod Arms, or that one's a Sully, or no, that one's the Dungus. Here we have the ones I made. I didn't make them, of course. I just merely downloaded the file, so it fucking fed. So let's just see. Oh, and we're empty. We're empty, folks. Look at that. We're empty. So that cost me $3 to make. We're not counting the cost of the printer. If you already own a printer, doesn't matter. And we have these ones. These were like $5 or $8. They were cheaper, the cheap ones. And then you have your scam Pod Arms, piece of shit, breaks half the time.
16
piece of garbage plastic. So, what are your options? Now, how do you go about getting one of these? Well, here you go. Well, let's start. Okay? And also, actually, before we do that, here we have the Dungus. It's the same exact one. Same exact one. Oh, so much gas. Clear. Look at that. So that was about, I don't know, 30 bucks. So, same exact ones. This one essentially free, $3 to make in your own home, on your own time. You don't have to wait on anybody. Like $5-8, but these are no longer made and sold by the guy. Then you have your scam pot arms piece of shit. You can buy it from Mocha's Raifus or whatever the fuck for
16.
or from other places for
$16
or $25. Very overpriced. You know, but a sucker and his money are born every day. Or what's the saying? A sucker and his money part every day. So here's how you guys are gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna transition to the computer real quick. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're at the computer.
All right, guys. So here's what you're gonna look up to get this 3D printed file. All right, you're gonna look up the Sully conversion. You just press enter on that. Right here, Thingiverse, cults. We're just gonna go in Thingiverse. Okay, now you're just gonna press download all files. Okay. Then you're gonna get a file. Now I already have the file, so I'm not gonna bother downloading it again. So now this is what you're gonna have. You're gonna get these. You're only gonna need the files. Here you're gonna have your You're gonna need some kind of 3D printing program is what you're gonna need. So I have Creality Ender. So what we're gonna do now is I gotta find a file to put this in. So we'll just put it in the video file right now, where I'm recording where this file's gonna go. So we're gonna switch that over. So now we're just gonna take that file, we're gonna drag it in. Okay, now we're gonna open the file. You have to do it, and I'll wait for the program to open. So you're gonna need a program called Creality Slicer. Creality, I don't know. Creality. You'll see it. It'll pop up on screen here shortly once it loads. We'll be back when it loads.
All right, so we're back. So here's what you guys gotta look for. Okay, so it's called on the Ultimate Cura up here. You can see it. That's what you're gonna need. Or I think it's Creality Ender 3 or something. I don't know. Hold up, I gotta sneeze. God damn. Okay, so what you're gonna do next is you can't have it at this geometry, as far as I'm aware. Now, this is how I do it. It's not how you need to do it. I just did it this way because I didn't feel like experimenting, and it works the way I did it. So now, if you read the instructions, he says 45-degree angle, which, yeah, I should try that. But you can try 45 degrees, which is this. What I do is, I think that's a 15-degree. Yep. It's about 10-degree angle. I don't know. It doesn't tell me. But now we're gonna go to well, let's get our temperatures, our infill. If we don't need to worry about that, material, don't need to worry about that. Actually, temperature. So for temperature, I do 250. You can do 260 as a standard. Your bed, you can do that. You can keep it at 80 or 90. Doesn't really matter. This is in whatever those gay European units are, so we're not going to worry about that. Basically, and then you're gonna go down here, generate support. Now this might not exist on yours. I did download a add-on, so you might have to get an add-on for generating supports. But if it is there, you're just gonna press that, and now you're gonna go to preview. Make sure everything looks right. We gotta give that a second to load there. Okay, now we're gonna slice. You're just gonna go down there, press slice. Okay, so now you're gonna see how it's gonna start. So these are your supports here. You're gonna have to rip these out when you're done. It's a little bit of a bitch to do. So, let's examine the recommended 45-degree angle. You'll understand too that okay. Let's boop like that. Let's try that. That looked a little weird. So understand that the way you set this up is your layer lines are going to look different. Here are there some lines, right? This is how it's going to print. And you can see down here, here's an estimation of time, 3 hours, 49 minutes, or whatever. So this is how it's going to print. It's going to print like this. You're going to have to rip all this material out and everything. So we just go back to the way I do it, 30 degree or fucking negative 15 or whatever. So let's see how long that takes. 3 hours and 45 minutes. Okay. So we just do it like this. Then we're going to press save the file. Make sure all your stuff's right. 250 or 260 or 280, whatever you want to put. Now remember, temperature is very important for these. Just the way it hardens and quickens and sets. Temperature is very important for this. Lines, you can do whatever test you want to do. Grids, you want to do lines. I do lines. It's just seems more easy to use. Now we're going to press save the file. So you're going to save the file. We'll just say save the file. I'll do it again. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Boop. So you're going to just press save there. You're going to save it. And it'll show you, I'll just tell you guys what to do next here because it's going to be a little complicated, a little more complicated here. So next thing to do is once you save this, this is now, we're out of this. This is going to be for all you people who can piece together. Your 3D printer should have came with a small little SD card. You're going to plug that into your computer if you have some sort of SD card reader, or it should have came one, little USB stick. You could stick it in there. You're going to put that in your computer, and you're going to take the file here. Now, I don't have it. Still in my 3D printer. Then we're going to switch back over to the 3D printer here in real life. I'm going to tell you guys what to press, what to do. Okay. So you're going to take this file, and you're going to put it on there. Right? You can name it whatever you want. Let's name it pee poo penis 69, right? So now I have the file pee poo penis 69 or penix. Oh, that's wrong. Penis 69. So you're gonna put that on there. I'm gonna show you guys what to do next. Now, of course, it'll just be called Sully on mine. So let's get to real life. Now, you guys, you've put it on your SD card. Then you take your SD card, and you are going to plug it into your 3D printer, insert it into your 3D printer. Now let's go to your 3D printer, guys. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom.
All right. So here's what you guys are gonna do. Hopefully you can see that. We are going to go to prepare, auto home, and let this happen. Okay, it's done. It's reset. Now we're gonna go to print from TF. Now you'll have whatever your name is. Here we have multiple different codes, all that. We're gonna go up. We are going to print from the Sully G code. It's gonna enter. Sometimes the temperature's not gonna auto, so you're gonna have to do it yourself. Go to Control, it's Tune. Nope, it's Control. You go to Temperature, Nozzle. Turn that all the way. I'm going to do 250, and then you're going to let that happen. We'll be back. Temps reached, it changed itself to 260, so whatever. And now it's going to start printing, guys, and 3 hours later, you'll have yourself one. I already made it, so we're just going to let this one continue. We're not going to show it, though. But, yeah, and then you guys will just have to rip it apart. Thanks for watching. Okay, I hope that stuff was enjoying to you guys. I hope you enjoyed the end of the video there. Please subscribe if you would be so kind. Okay, if my channel still exists after the M1 Grant stuff. Anyway, so guys, enjoy the video. Let's see if I get a cease and desist from Pilot Arms, huh? Anyhow, have fun, guys, with your piece of magic here. Enjoy the video. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna shoot some